What's up YouTube? Scotty Tradition back with another video. Gonna bring to you today my top 100 card annual video. Gonna start out with cards numbered 100 through 51 on the list, and then I'll make a separate video at some point in the coming weeks and days. Little highlight cards 50 through number 1. Pretty excited. We have 13 cards that are either new or returning to the list that were on in the previous year. So that means there's a lot of moving around the list, so that should be fun. Half the process in battle is just finding some quiet time at home to get this video done, so I finally have that today and finally have all the cards organized, and we'll kind of go through them and we'll kind of talk about, if they're new to the list or if they're up or down from previous years, that sort of thing. So let's get right into it. So for number 100 on the list, we actually have a five-way tie. So all these cards are going to be around the same price point. If you look at last year's list, to be on the list, you had to be in that $600 price range. This year, that's moved up to about $650, and there's about 5 cards that are sitting at spot 100 at that price point. So we'll start out with this one. I've been in the news lately. Got the the Aaron Rodgers. Let's get a little more light here. There we go. Downtown Optic in Gem Mint 10. This card was on a previous list, and it's returning to the list this year as Rodgers is more relevant than he would have been last year, as he was out all year with the Achilles injury. So got this one valued of about $650, and again, was not on the list last year, but Rodgers has come back into the news lately. Actually, the Jets just traded for Davante Adams today, if you've been listening, so that's kind of fun. We'll see how that works out. Jets not starting out that great, but he's definitely more relevant this year than last year, and he's up with that about $650 price point. Here's a card that's new to the list this year. This is the 55 Bowman Cal Hubbard rookie autograph. Obviously, he was a player for the Packers, Hall of Fame player, and also a Hall of Fame umpire. So pretty cool to have an autographed card of his. Picked this up from a friend on Facebook last year, and I don't think this card made it onto the list last year. So I think I picked it up at some point in that late fall, early winter time. So went a bit on last year's list, but got this one valued of around that $650 price point again. Not a ton of these floating around. I want to say this is like kind of in the top 12 or 15 range, something like that, last time I checked. So nice one to have in the collection, being a Packers fan. And, Hall of Fame autograph collectors, I'm sure, would like to have that one as well. Next on the list, also tied at 100, here's the 60 Topps Forrest Gregg autograph card. Hall of Fame rookie for the Packers. Also new to the list this year. Kind of picked these up last year around the same time with the Cal Hubbard. Here's a pickup from last year's National. Got this one in that $650 range as well. The Lake to Lake Ray Nitschke in an SGC 8. Beautiful example of the card. Was happy to find this at the National in Chicago last year. All right. And then the last card that's tied at number 100 is the Sweet Cap Rube Waddell. It was just his birthday, I think, either yesterday or the day before. I had posted on my Facebook about this, so get to keep the card out for the annual 100 video here. Beautiful example, too. Look at how blue that example is. And a 3.5. So all around that $650 price point, a nice array of 5 cards there. And then for $99, we're going to continue the trend of having multiple cards. I didn't know what to do with these, so we're just going to show them all in one slot here. This is the Green Bay Greats, Aaron Rodgers. This is a great set from 2014 National Treasures. These are only numbered out of 5 or 10. The tougher players are, and a tough set to put together, one that is very valued by Packer collectors. So these cards do hold quite a bit of value. Kind of have these each in that $700 range. We got the Rodgers here, the Favre, and the Charles Woodson. Those are the most sought after ones in the set. And I kind of got them around that $700 price point, but to be honest, some might sell a little more, some might sell a little less than that, depending. Quite honestly, they just never, ever come up for sale. So it's kind of hard to tell a price on that one. And speaking of stuff that doesn't come up for sale, number 98, got the Bart Starr 2003 Fabric of the Game, one of my all-time favorite sets. And look at that awesome patch in there. These are numbered out of the player's number and numbered out of 15, all game used. Just a beautiful card, one that I'm happy to have in the collection. So, number 98, Bart Starr. That's again around that $700 price point, but one has not sold in a long time. Couldn't tell you the last time one has sold. Then here we got the Ted Williams. This is the card number 250. Picked this up at the National last year as well in Chicago. So this one's at 97. This one's one of the bigger movers down on the list for whatever reason. Down 26 spots from last year. So definitely a move down. I should actually talk about some of the other ones. That Bart Starr that I had showed originally, that was down 13 spots. And then these three are kind of reshuffled, so I'm not going to say if those are up or down at all. I kind of put them all into one slot. But yeah, that Ted Williams, for whatever reason, one of the biggest movers down on my list. All right, let's get to number 97 on the list. This is the 63 Topps Ray Nitschke rookie autograph. One that doesn't sell a whole lot, but there has been a couple that have sold. And I think this one, yep, I have it down 14 spots on the list. The few that did sell actually sold for lower than I had this one estimated at. So still a great card in the collection, though. Have that Nitschke around the $700 price point. Now we're going to hit up to the $750 price point here. This is the 52 Bowman Large Gene Ranzani in a 4.5. This is just a beautiful example of the card. I mean, it's the centering on this one is immaculate, considering the grade of the card. Just this is the kind of card you'd look for. This card is a short print and real tough to find centered. It has a lot of qualities of a higher grade card. This is one I picked up, I want to say around a year or two, but beautiful example right here. All right, let's see where I'm at on the list here. 95 will be the next one. This is the 55 Bowman Jim Ringo Hall of Fame rookie card in an 8. Nice example there. This one's actually up 5 spots. Got this in the $750 price point. Happy to have that one in the collection. Next on the list, 94. Got the 61 Topps Boyd Dollar. He's a Packer Hall of Famer. And mint 9. I don't think there's any graded higher. Kind of a low pop rookie that has not sold in a long time. Got this one in that $750 price range, but could sell for more, down 4 spots from last year. $92, the 54 Topps Jackie Robinson, another card I picked up at that Chicago National last year. Really a nice example for the grade there in a 4. Got this one around $750 as well, down 5 spots from last year. And then I have just a huge card here. This is the 34 Wheaties Don Hutson. A lot of people would consider this his rookie card, even though not in any kind of NFL uniform or anything. It's in his Alabama stuff there. But this one's graded authentic by SGC. Got this one in that $750 range, but these another thing that just doesn't sell much, if at all. Down 11 spots from last year. But Hudson has the notorious, I guess, honor of he arrived in the league just after the Chickle cards would have been produced, and he left just before the 48 Bowman and Leaf cards were produced. So he doesn't really have any cards except for this one and the 55 Topps All-American, which is recognized as his main rookie card. But I got this one at number 91 on the list. Great card in the collection. All right, so that's the bottom 10 here. I'm going to move some of these out of the way just so I can make some room there. I actually had like 15 or 16 cards there technically, but that was the top 10 or the bottom 10 on the list. pretty darn good bottom 10. Let's go to number 90 on the list. Here's a card that's new. Got this one at $7.60, and I know that because the only other card that is graded at 10 just sold in the last month or two. So, beautiful example there. Unfortunately, playing for the Vikings now, but still love Aaron Jones. This card's a pop 2 in the gold. Of course, these are numbered out of 10. Happy to have this. He exemplified Packer football, so absolutely love Aaron Jones. Again, $7.60 price range, number 90 on the list, and new to the list this year. Next up is another new card of the list, one I just picked up recently. This is the 66 Philadelphia Gale Sayers in a 7. Get this one at $7.85, also new to the list, number 89 on the list. Number 88, 97 Skybox Essential Credentials, Reggie White, numbered out of 100. In a mint 9. There's been a few of these actually that have sold on eBay recently. Not in a 9, but they were actually raw. So it's kind of hard to determine a price on this one, but I was actually talking with Sal Has Cool Cards on Instagram, who's a collector of these types of cards, these low pop, rare 90s inserts, and he actually had it estimated higher than that, but I have mine kind of conservatively estimated at about $800, up 7 spots on the list from last year. Next up, the 58 Topps Mantle and Aaron World Series batting foes. Absolutely love this card. This is one that had fallen off the list last year for some reason, and guess what? It's back on the list. Got this one valued at $800. It's kind of returned with a vengeance. Not sure why the big drop off in price last year, but these have come back up to a normal price, so happy it's back on the list. That was 87 on the list. Number 86 on the list. The 54 Topps Ted Williams, the other card in the set. This one's number 1. Have this one around that $800 price point as well, down 11 spots from last year. Really a beautiful example. Next on the list, the 48 Bowman Buford Ray. Here's one I picked up earlier this year. This is a Pop 1 that I'm aware of anyways, and the only autographed version of his rookie card that I'm aware of. Packer Team Hall of Famer, and I think at least one of 2 of the toughest cards you can try to find in high grade in the Team Hall of Fame set. So he was an absolutely great player for the Packers. This is one that I was shocked to find this year and was happy I did, and I actually am valuing it more than I actually bought it for, just because I happened to grab it within the first hour or 2 of it being on eBay. Real happy to have it. So that one makes the list this year. Go to 84 on the list. The 48 Bowman Ted Fritsch, a card that barely ever sells. This is kind of an old label version of the card. Still graded an 8. Down 3 spots from last year. Got this one at about $825 on the price point. Here's a card that you haven't seen yet. This is the 63 Topps Deacon Jones rookie card. And look at that. Just a beautiful example. You can see the purple sky in the background. I didn't know too much about that, but apparently there is like a purple sky variation for this 63 Topps set, and this Deacon Jones has that. The purple skies are tougher to find apparently in high grade, and they're a little more scarce on like a 1 to 5 basis. So it has to do something with the printing process. I hadn't even realized that when I bought it, but I was real happy to find a centered example of this card. And this actually goes to the NFL Top 100 set, which I'm just starting working on. Got this one valued at that $825 range. This is new to the list this year. I still got to make a mail day video that actually includes that card, which I may make today after I make this one. Next on the list, the 57 Topps Ted Williams card number 1. This is a beautiful looking example. Got this one at about the $850 price range, up 4 spots from last year. Number 82 on the list. All right, let's go to 81. One of my favorite Packers patch cards. This is the 17 Pantheon Monuments quad patch. down 9 spots from last year, but still have it valued at about $850. A card that I will truly never find a comp for. Card numbered 1 out of 2, and you just never see them. But to have these 4 with game used all in one card is pretty tremendous. Love that. Again, I got that about 81 on the list. Number 80. Let's get a new stack here started. Let's get these out of the way. Number 80, we got the 57 Topps Johnny Unitas rookie in a 6. Pretty nice example of that card. About $850 for the price and down 24 spots on the list. One of the biggest movers down is the Johnny U rookie. Next up, another card that's inexplicably down for some reason is the 58 Topps Jim Brown rookie in a 3. Definitely a nice copy for a 3. About $875 for a price point, and again, down 16 spots this year. So the Brown and the Unitas down for whatever reason. Here's a card that is new to the list this year. Number 78 on the list. The 2005 Spectrum Gold Aaron Rodgers in a PSA 10. New to the list in a Gem 10. Beautiful card. And these are only numbered out of 25. I think this is a pop 1 or 2. Really a great card. There was a couple of great Rodgers that became available last fall/winter that I was able to jump on, and this was one of them. And he creeps into the top 100. $77 on the list. The 52 Bowman Small Fred Cohn, the grade of a 9. Check out the beautiful aesthetics of that card in a 9. There are none graded higher. I think it's only pop 3. And I want to say, yes, this is one of the highest movers up on the list this year. This is up 20 spots from last year. And have it around that $900 price point. These never sell. I just think I had it estimated a little too low in previous years. So that kind of brought it up. It's kind of based on what other cards in that grade range have sold for, even though Cone has not sold. So happy to have that one. Next up, the 71 Topps Terry Bradshaw. Beautiful example for a 7. This one having the $900 price range, again, down 8 spots from last year. Some of these like Hall of Fame football rookies are a little bit down for some reason. Next up, the 62 Topps Bob Uecker rookie in a PSA 8. Beautiful card there. Have that one at about a $900 price point, down 16 spots from last year. This one's down a little bit as well. Nice example of the card. 75 on the list here for Bob. Let's go to 74. It's the 69 Topps Super Reggie Jackson. Showed this card before. There's actually a recent sale of this card that bumped this one up on the list quite a bit. It's actually one of the biggest movers up on the list, up 17 spots from last year. And have this one right at around $1,000 price point. Nice example. Let's go to 73. The 61 Topps Jim Taylor in a 9. Packers collectors, some of them at least, will call this his rookie. First year in a Packers uniform. Estimate of about $1,000, up 5 spots from last year. All right, here's one of those high number Chickle cards, number 25 to 36. Those are all short prints. You can see this one's number 33. Ernie Smith had a stint with the Packers. That's why I have the card. And this one I got it right around that $1,000 price point, down 3 spots from last year. Really nice looking 4.5. Cool card. So that's 72. Let's go to 71. A card I've shown before. This is from one of my favorite sets, of course, the 03 Fabric of the Game Jim Thorpe. Game used out of 15. Just a beautiful card. Again, $1,000 price point, down 4 spots from last year. a card that never sells. Wish one would sell at some point so I could get like a real comp, but these just don't sell. All right, 3 stacks down, got 2 to go for this video. All right, so we're down to number 70 on the list, I believe. Here's the 50 Bowman Autogram in a 5. It's a PWCC above average. Really a nice example. Paid a little bit of a premium when I purchased this card a year or 2 ago. This one's actually down 4 spots on the list, about that $1,000 price point. Speaking of $1,000 price points, here's another one. This is the 76 Topps Walter Payton rookie in an 8. Number 69 on the list, down 5 spots from last year. Sticking with the $1,000 theme, got the 41 play ball Joe DiMaggio. A really nice example of an SGC 1 here. Just looks great all the way around. What more could you want for a 1? So number 68 on the list, $1,000 price point, down 7 spots from last year. 67 on the list, got the 59 Topps Bob Gibson rookie in a 6. Again, nice eye appeal there. About $1,050 on the price point, down 12 spots from last year. And one of my favorite baseball cards, the 53 Bowman Color Pee Wee Reese. This is in a 5. $1,100 in the price point. This card keeps climbing up. It's up 10 spots from last year, and I think it was up the previous year before that. People, generally speaking, really like this card. So happy to have that one. Let's go to 65 on the list. Here's the 54 Topps Al Kaline rookie. I don't think you'll find a nicer example in a 5. This one's beautiful. The bold colors. $1,100 on the price point, down 8 spots from last year. Next on the list, the T206 Tris Speaker, one of my first national pickups ever, in a 2.5, Piedmont 350. This one, $1,100 price point, down about 6 spots from last year. Nice looking example there. And then we got a more of a modern card here, the 2017 Prism Pat Mahomes rookie in a 9. Happy to have that one. This one had come down to that $800, $850 price range last year, and now it is back up in that $1,200 price range. So kind of leveled out and it's come up a little bit, up 10 spots from last year on the list. Number 63 on the list. All right, let's go to 62. The 52 Bowman Large Bill Houghton in a PSA 8. He's a Packer Hall of Fame wide receiver, team Hall of Famer. I think when he retired, he actually had like the most receiving yards or something like that for, I think until Steve Largent broke the record with the Seahawks. So I think it was yards that he had, but correct me if I'm wrong. So beautiful card there in an 8 from a beautiful set. $1,200 on the price point, down about 8 spots from last year. Now let's go to 61, the 55 Topps Sandy Koufax rookie. Excellent looking 4 there. About $1,250 on the price point, down about 8 spots on the list from last year. So happy to have that one. All right, let's get into that last stack, into the 50s here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video so far. These are always fun to make every single year. I really enjoy it. Number 60. T206 Christy Mathewson in a 1.5. Nice eye appeal on that card. $1,250 on the price point, down about 8 spots from last year. Here's the 98 SP Authentic Charles Woodson rookie in a 10. Of course, these are tough to get in a 10 if you know anything about this set. 1,300 on the price point, down about 9 spots from last year. That was 59. Let's go to 58. Here's the 67 Topps Tom Seaver. Great eye appeal on that one. $1,300 on the price point. This one's down a fair amount on the list, down 19, so I don't know if there was just a flurry of 6s that have sold recently, or if I just had it slightly estimated too high, but 1,300 on the price point, down 19 spots from last year. Beautiful example, though. Happy to have it. All right, and here's one of my Bart Starr rookies that I picked up from my friend Brandon in a 6. This is 57 on the list, so the 57 is number 57. $1,350 for a price point. This one's come down a little bit. Have this one down about 19 spots, just like the Seaver. Great example, though. All right, next up, got the 52 Bowman Small Bobby Dillon in a 7. Of course, Bobby Dillon is a Hall of Famer. Got this one at about the $1,400 price point. These don't come up a whole lot. Do have this one up about 14 spots from last year. As you know, these are just kind of scarce to find. That was number 56 on the list. Let's go to 55. We got the 2018 Cornerstones Giannis Downtown in a 10. Price point of about $1,400, up 7 spots from last year. All right, then we got the 2009 Topps Steph Curry rookie in a 9. These have finally settled in price and come up slightly, even though it's still down on my list. Got it about $1,400 for a price point, down 5 spots from last year. $53 on the list. Got the 61 Lake to Lake Bart Starr. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the collection. Just love the way this one looks. Top graded SGC example. But a $1,400 price point, down about 8 spots on the list from last year. All right, number 52 on the list. We got this Oscar Kareem dual auto from Immaculate. These are numbered out of 49. This one's numbered 16 out of 49. 2 great on-card autos of 2 Bucks superstars. $1,450 for the price range, down about 8 spots from last year. And last but not least, at the 57 Topps Frank Robinson in a 7. Nice eye appeal copy. Got this one right at that $1,500 price point. And this is down 3 spots on the list from last year. All right, so that'll wrap it up for the cards numbered 51 to 100 on the list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the countdown so far. Stick around for the next video. Any surprises, any favorites that you've seen along the way, please don't hesitate to comment below. And I hope to see you again for the next video. Thanks so much for watching.